Okay, hello you beautiful people, welcome back. In this update, we are going to check out ZBC's price chart and see what is going on in the short term. In fact, that is actually going to be the main focus of today's video. But before we get into that, I want to real quick talk about this important partnership. And let's just say this, by itself at least, this isn't necessarily that big of a partnership in ZBC. We have seen like much bigger announcement, but what I do care about is the direction that we are actually moving and a couple of other partnerships that we have seen in this direction. So are you ready? Let's dive in and see what is going on. And basically until recently, crypto payroll actually had a bit of a problem, and it came down to the fact that basically in the blockchain space, every single thing is public, and if a company, for instance, paid maybe salaries on chain, anybody, and I really mean that, anybody can track wallets and figure out how much each employee was earning, and that is fine for hobby projects. However, for real important companies, unfortunately, that's actually a bit of a deal breaker, because no serious business simply wants its payroll data visible to other competitors, hackers, or maybe even the public in general. And this is what we call a glass house problem. Basically, on public blockchains, transparency is the default. If a wallet sends the same amount of, let's say, USDC every single month, it doesn't necessarily take that much time or maybe effort to reverse engineer salaries. And all you need to do is just basically know the address, and you also have to open an account on Arkham website, and basically you have access to every single thing. And especially I would argue recently with the rise of artificial intelligence, these types of things, meaning reverse engineer salaries, they are actually relatively easy to do. And that unfortunately is going to create security risks for employees, and also it will expose sensitive business data. And because of that, most enterprises simply stayed away until recently. Now, this Aleo partnership is actually, I would argue, for ZBCN, one more step towards the right direction. It's not the only step that they have taken so far. They have had some major partnerships when it comes to privacy, but this is definitely, again, yet another step towards the right direction, because with USDCx, ZEBEC can now run payroll in a way that is able to keep salaries private without breaking compliance. In case you don't know, USDCx is a version of USDC that uses zero-knowledge technology, and the company, for example, can still send a large amount on-chain to a payroll contract, but the individual salary payments are actually hidden, and the public, this is really the key word, the public cannot really see who is getting paid or maybe how much are they getting paid. Now, at the same time, it's very important to note that this is not actually about hiding from regulators. No, companies keep something called view keys that allows auditors, tax authorities, or maybe regulators to verify every single thing when needed, so the system stays private to the world, and by the world I mean public, but at the same time transparent to the right parties, which are, again, like we said it, regulators, tax authorities, and also auditors. Now, in my view, these types of partnerships for ZEBEC actually matter quite a bit, and they are quite bullish for a couple of different reasons. And the first reason, I think it has to come down to opportunities and companies that are actually quite a bit privacy conscious. You see, companies, a lot of them don't actually only care about employee salaries. No, they also don't want competitors knowing how much are they getting paid, what are the contracts in here, or maybe partners. Now, with USDCx, ZEBEC is going to be able to support confidential B2B settlements, and the payment happens on chain in this scenario, but on the other hand, the business logic and also the amount are going to stay private. Now, there's also the executive payroll side, and senior executives usually avoid crypto payments because their wallets are going to become easy targets once their income is absolutely visible to the public. And with confidential payments, well, okay, ZEBEC is going to be able to service C-level payroll without exposing wallet activity, and that's actually a segment that was basically unreachable before, but with this partnership, not anymore. Second important reason for why I think this direction is actually quite positive for ZEBEC has to come down to the compliance angle. You see, you should know that pure privacy coins have actually a bit of a bad reputation because regulators associate them with illicit activity. USDCx actually works a bit differently because it allows, like we said earlier, privacy while at the same time still being auditable, and companies can prove compliance when required without really exposing every single thing by default, which is awesome. And ZBEC is positioning itself in a very specific lane, which is privacy for businesses without regulatory risk, and that combination is actually quite rare. And at a scale, it is, in my view, going to become a very strong competitive advantage for ZBCN. The third reason, and the final one, for why I think ZBEC is actually in the right direction with this privacy narrative comes down to volume stickiness. You see, once a company sets up a private payroll and confidential settlements, okay, switching providers is absolutely going to be painful for them, and payroll systems are deeply embedded in operations. And if ZBEC is going to become the private compliant layer that they absolutely rely on, well, okay, that is going to create a bit of a long-term locked in volume for them, which is awesome. And that's exactly what we love to see in payroll business for ZBEC, okay? If you pay attention to their numbers every single month, you are immediately going to realize that basically every single month we are having consistent numbers, followed by a bit of a slight uptake, which is showing that they are actually attracting a decent amount of adoption, and at the same time they're not going to lose their previous partnership for no reason, okay? This is the brilliant thing about the payroll business. It is absolutely sticky. So as my final conclusion, basically with these partnerships, it seems like that ZBEC is trying to deliver something institutions actually want, which is number one, crypto level speed, number two, cash-like privacy, and number three, banking level compliance, all in one system. And this Aleo partnership is going to hopefully remove one of the last real blockers for large companies to move payroll and settlements on chain. So overall, again, this partnership by itself is not necessarily that much of a big deal. However, when you check out the direction, you're immediately going to realize, yeah, you know what? We are definitely on the right path, and in the mid to long term, hopefully we are going to attract a whole lot of adoption. Now, having said all this, I know right now at least you're actually quite a bit mad because the prices are absolutely getting hammered. I mean, look at Bitcoin. It has seen about an 8% drop in the last 24 hours, which is definitely not ideal for us. But if you remember, the last time that we talked about ZBEC, we sort of kind of saw this move coming. Why is that? You see, the last time that we talked about ZBCN, we were actually right around, this area, and the idea was that, well, okay, odds are on a higher degree. This is 1, this is 2, this is wave 3, this is correction for 4, and what's coming? Probably yet another move on the downside into our wave 5. And I'm gonna be the first one to admit this. I did not actually expect our move down to be this strong and this deep, and maybe it is actually going to continue a little bit more, because usually, even if you want to say that right in here we are going to hit the lows, we are usually going to do something like this. We are going to have first a bit of a pullback, but then maybe another move down, followed by a small pullback, and then another move on the downside, and then rather a strong pullback, quick move down, and then a continuation of the move down. And we call this whole process basically building a base. So right now in ZBEC, and for that matter in a lot of other altcoins, and even I would argue BTC as well, we don't really have any specific base in the short term to work with. So odds are our move down is unfortunately going to continue a little bit. Now, if that is going to happen, and I suspect it is actually going to play out like that, I need you to have your eyes, at least in ZBEC, on this important low right in here about 0.215 of a cent. Why do we care about this so much? Because if we take this low, the recovery phase and building the base that we talked about is actually going to end up getting really on your nerve, which is not ideal. You see, if you want to argue that we're going to have our final low around this region, maybe this is like a very important support, then okay, off of the lows, you have to be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4 5 wave, followed by a 5 wave. What are you going to have? Even if you want to go according to the most bullish case suggesting the final low is in right in here, I think you all know the answer. We are one way or the other going to have a bit of a move on the downside, and this whole process, which in it on net the price is not really going to go anywhere special, is just going to get on your nerve. But don't worry, this is basically building that base that we talked about earlier. And in terms of Elliott waves, we call this thing on a higher degree wave 1, followed by a correction for wave 2. And then after this base is complete, you can expect a very strong explosive move on the upside into wave 3 and 4 and 5. But until we are not seeing the start of our wave 3, unfortunately, we have to deal with this choppy, god-awful price action. Now, in ZBEC, as long as we are not taking this very important low, you are allowed to consider this move up as an impulse into a wave 1, followed by this whole move might be a correction structure for wave 2 to about maybe these areas. And then you can argue, okay, hopefully we are going to have soon a good move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. And right now, at least, I think you need to be a little bit more patient and see what are we going to do in this area. I don't really mind actually consolidating in here a bit more. And like we talked about earlier, building a bit of a base in here and then have a beautiful bounce back. What I do care about is this very important slow. If we are, God forbid, going to take it, okay, unfortunately, once more, building the base, meaning having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, followed by a very boring price action in form of a correction down, it's just going to take a bit of time. And I fully understand you are all frustrated with me saying that we have to build a 5 wave up followed by a correction down. Unfortunately, guess what? The market doesn't really care about what you, I, or for that matter, anybody thinks. The market usually works this way. It actually shakes out all the impatient people. And then right around the lows, when a lot of people are thinking, you know what, our move down is going to continue and we are going to see an outright crash, basically, the market is actually going to turn back and have a beautiful move on the upside. And right in here during this phase, a lot of people are going to miss out on ZBCN or your favorite altcoin, doesn't really matter, due to the fact that most of them actually got rid of their holdings right around the lows. And as a result, what are they going to do? Unfortunately, they are once more going to jump on this wave and buy the top. And then when we are getting to about, for example, these areas that a lot of people bought in, unfortunately, once more, we are going to see a bit of a pullback down. And this, my friends, is a very vicious cycle. That's why I keep telling you in every single update. Number one, if you are a fundamental investor, and I would argue in the crypto space, you have to be a bit of a fundamental investor. Okay, in that area, please, I'm begging you, do not listen to me. Do your due diligence, come up with your own conclusion. And then if you think, for example, in this instance, ZBCN is a good token with a bright future ahead, then okay, feel free to buy the dips. And fundamental wise, because you have conviction, then okay, if we are going to have a 5 wave up followed by a choppy, boring, god-awful price action, you're not really going to be disappointed and shaken out of your investment right around the lows. You know the direction. That's why any kind of dip for you is usually a buy the dip opportunity. So in ZBEC, in my view, in conclusion, I do think our move down is going to continue, unfortunately, a little bit more. And in case of that, please, all eyes on this important low. And let's just hide everything. Okay, what just happened? Did we take the lows? Let's just do this. Not yet, but I'm going to argue by the time that this video goes out, basically in about an hour, we are, unfortunately, it seems like that going to take the lows, which is really not ideal. And at that point, all eyes on this very important support area between, let's say, 0.2 to about 0.23 of a cent. Break this one. Unfortunately, the target might be quite a bit lower right around these areas. Personally, I don't really think we are going to go like a whole lot lower than the current point, but again, we have to talk about every single possibility. For now, as long as we're not breaking this level, let's not even be afraid and talk about those god-awful scenarios. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in ZBCN. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.